Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and it's come to the completion of the draft events that I needed to do for the Phyrexia All Will Be One set. So now's the time. I just want to do a quick overview of how things went for me. And at the end of the video, I'm going to open up the packs I have because I think it's now time to do that. So did some jumping events first, did 7 jumping events. Now you're not guaranteed to get cards from the newest set, but I managed to get from the 7 events 6 of the 20 card packs from the new set. And also, I don't have a lot of the older cards still, with being a relatively new player, new account, so it has value there for sure. Then I did quick drafts. I did 13 quick drafts. I was hoping to keep it to about 10, but my win rate wasn't all that high. New to Magic and certainly new to drafting. I think I had done 1 or 2 quick drafts before this, so I certainly improved over the period of the 13 quick drafts, but need to improve farther with how to draft, but also and as my gameplay improves too, that will help with that. Then I used my draft token to do a premier draft, and that I did the best of all. So I ended things off on a high note there. I got 3 wins. So 2 was the most I have gotten in any quick draft. So I got 3 wins, and you get higher rewards in the premier draft. So that got me 1,000 gems in 2 packs. And my goal was to get 2,200 gems at least. That's the level that I need to be able to sustain the mastery pass for each expansion. So I was able to hit that goal, which is terrific. I was hoping to do that. So now that I've done that, I have I'm done with the draft events, so I can open up my the packs I have, and I think I've advanced along the mastery pass enough that it's worth unlocking that at this point too. So just the general stats now. For the Phyrexia All Will Be One, I'm at 81%, and that's the highest of any set. I came in Brothers War after it already started, and as a brand new player, that's 76% on this, 81% now, and so we'll see how it compares after I open up my packs. But like I said, I've made enough progress on the Mastery Pass that since I'm not going to be doing the draft events now, I don't need that duplicate protection. So it has some value to wait to open packs, but I also want to get the new cards to play them. So I am going to now spend my gems, unlock the Mastery Pass. I'm above level 30, which is kind of where I would like it to be. So I got that. So I will claim these. I'm not going to set things as my default. So I got a draft token, which I'll use for the next expansion. Got a number of different sets and cards here. So all great to get. Got a number of orbs too, which I'm not going to worry about at the moment. So there we go. So let's see the packs I had. I had 30, so now I'm at 39 packs, and I have all these older packs as well. So I'm going to open the packs and then see what changes there were to my collection. So it was very much worthwhile doing this, and I think the approach paid itself off. So there we go. Rare wild card, always great to get. So I kind of like clicking through them. It's always kind of fun to see. And also, I know the number of wild cards I had, and I would like to see that grow as well. That's even better, right? The cards are nice, but wild cards are even better. So I haven't identified what cards in particular I'm looking to build decks out of. New to the game, not worrying about that yet. So we'll see what happens. I look forward to, once I pull these cards, have more wild cards, to being able to look into a lot more decks. So I'm certainly been limited to just the few decks I had before this. So as I go through, I could do it quicker, I think, but opening packs is still, it's virtual, but it's still enjoyable, I think. So it's enjoyable for me. I don't know that I would want to watch someone else doing it, and if you don't want to keep watching, I certainly understand that. But I am looking forward to comparing. I said at the end I will compare how what my collection stats have changed, both overall percentage as well as the number of the specifics for commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics. I wrote down those numbers as well. So that'll be nice to see. And of course, as I open packs, I also then get the progress on these towards these rewards. You open, every 6 or 7 packs, you get a wild card, which of course gives you access to any thing you want. So I got a lot of vault progress. The vault is for the draft events. When you draft a 5th card of a common or an uncommon, you get a little bit of progress in the vault. You have to. It's not a huge reward, I got to say. I think you get 1 point for a common, 3 points for an uncommon, and you need to get 1,000 points to unlock the vault. So it's slow progress, but I'm over 50% there. So at least it's something. Something is always better than nothing. So before I leave this area, I'll take a look at my wildcard collection, see how much that has progressed, because that obviously I'll need to fill in pieces for whatever decks I want to do. And I don't have a lot of older cards still either. So I'm going to open up the older packs now to get a few cards. Plus, I'm sure I'm going to want to have some older cards that I don't have for decks also. All right, just kind of going through things. Obviously, nothing too exciting. And as I see that the wheels, the progress on the wild card wheels also, that's enjoyable too. Okay. Like I said, I was as a new player looking for budget decks, which I was mostly focused on red burn or red aggro. Easy to decks to play, certainly good deck for a new person to play, and it was and relatively cheap to craft, which was important also, and So, but in the process of crafting these cheap decks, I used up a lot of the common wild cards. I used those much more freely than the uncommons, and obviously the rares and the mythics. I've been very cautious about spending those, just because I know they're a lot harder to get those cards. So, which is fine. Just okay, good. Pulling I think this will be nice to see what all I get there. Seed core. Okay, I know I've got a couple copies of that. Got a mythic rare wild card that that's probably as good as it gets. The one thing that's a little weird is that you can't kind of move things. The wild cards can't combine them to move up between the different levels of rarity. Obviously, you could get stuck. Like, I didn't have many commons. I had a lot of uncommons. I almost would have liked to have the option of converting uncommon to a common, or it'd be better like if you could turn like 2 commons, an uncommon to say 2 commons. If they gave an option like that, would be nice. Seed core. So that's, I think, at least the 3rd copy of that card, because I'm pretty sure I drafted at least one of those, and that's at least the 2nd one I've opened. Don't know it's the most important card around. Seeing fewer cards that say first on it, so that's a nice sign that my collection is certainly growing. Now, there is some value in waiting, as I said before, because you do get those the cards as awards for things, and you don't get any protection for those if you have a full playset. So now, this is the Alchemy pack, which I don't have. Now, when I first opened it, I thought it might all be Alchemy cards, but it's not. It's just a couple Alchemy cards. I mean, and the rest just being the standard cards. I'm not really too familiar with how these things work. And then a few of the older sets here. which I got from the Mastery Pass, I imagine. So, like I said, new cards there. I have a couple wild cards there. That's nice. Um, Again, I don't know if these are cards I'm going to want for decks or not, but it'll be nice to look into some new deck ideas for me. I know I need to expand beyond aggro or burn red. I've tried a little bit of blue tempo, and I know my gameplay is not good enough at that area, so I need to work on some mid range decks and stuff that you have to set up a little bit before you start attacking. So got through there. So let's just take a look at. So I had 11 commons, wild cards. Now I have 25. I had 30 uncommons. I now have 48. I had 3 rare wilds. I now have 13. So that's a very nice jump there, and went from 7 to 10 mythic rares. So mythic rares are improving by far the slowest. So I'll click on set progression. I'm now at 90%. I was 81% before. So I had at least one of 96. I'm at 99, so I'm still missing a couple. The uncommons from 71 to 75. Let's say 42 to 55 of the rare. So that's a big jump there. And I went from 8 to 12 of the mythic rares. So that's pretty good. So I made some nice progress there. So I'll have to take a look in the MTG Arena app or add-on. I'll utilize that to see what are some of the decks I have access to now, or can just have to craft a couple cards to put together. So anyway, a little less than 4 weeks, and I was able to get through all the drafts I needed for the new set, and then got to do the pleasure of opening the packs. So I think it was well worthwhile. It was a bit grindy over these past 2 weeks trying to do all these jump-in events. Certainly over the weekend in particular was squeezing in as many events as I could, but well worthwhile, I think. And I look forward to trying out these new cards with some new deck ideas. Take care.